All right, welcome back. This is Cop Talk Live, Changing Cop Culture. I'm Dominic Izzo. I'm a former police officer from out here in the northwest suburbs of Illinois, the Chicago area. And the whole purpose of this channel, it's to wind up changing cop culture. If you've watched any of my short-form content or long-form content, you know that I'm extremely critical of law enforcement and police. I am. I'm very outspoken. I'm 100% pro-law enforcement, but I criticize the shit out of cops. End of story. A lot of people think I hate cops. I don't. I just have a different view. I think that we have, as Americans, we've done this whole garbage of teaching to the weakest link forever. I'm also a martial arts teacher and a wrestling coach. And the whole, you got a group of 30 kids or 30 guys in a martial arts class, and we all got to focus on the weakest link, right? Make sure that they could feel good. I don't believe that. I believe in negative reinforcement. I believe in calling somebody out for being like, dude, you don't fit in here. You got to go. This isn't for you. And pressure testing the shit out of people to make sure that, you know, diamonds are forged under the most severe pressure. And you look at like steel, right? Steel is formed in the hottest of fires. It's forged in the hottest of fires. So why is it with law enforcement that it should be? It's a profession that should be have the greatest standards of anything out there. It's like we look at doctors and brain surgeons and heart surgeons and have massive requirements. But when it comes down to people who are or have the lawful authority and shit right on a daily basis to take away our freedoms or our life if necessary, lawfully necessary. It's like, here's your certification, here's your 18th month probation, 3 months in field training, and yeah, you need to have an associate's maybe, like or college 4-year degree. So, you know, which is nothing for somebody with no street education or social skills. And then that's it. We bastardize the standards going from there. I believe in pressure testing the shit out of cops. I believe in demanding more of them. I believe in saying, hey, listen, nah, dude, you work for us. You really do. Your education should be top-notch on the law and what you're enforcing. Your people skills should be top-notch. Your proficiency, your physical standards, your physical fitness, everything should be top-notch, but we just don't fucking do it. We don't do it, and that's a problem. We're live every Thursday, 9 p.m. Central, 10 Eastern. We have a chat over in the chat. Sarah Nichols, good to see you. Charles Bronson, Harry and Financially Solvent, good to see you. There you go. If you guys are watching on a replay, I do look forward to the comment section and what you guys have to contribute to the video. It's just every Thursday night, live, 9 p.m. Central, 10 Eastern, and we look forward to you joining us. Topic of today, middle finger. Free speech, all that good jazz, and how does it fucking apply? I did a short. Let me pull the short up really quickly. No, you know what? I'm not. I'm going to break it down. If you watch my short form content, you go see it over there. But this is different. This is a story that's a couple weeks old at this point. This is Vermont man arrested after giving trooper the middle finger, and he gets $175,000. Brian Gugger, it's good to see you. I appreciate that. Elizabeth Mullins, how are you? In the chat, I don't mean to ignore you guys, but I'm going to give out stuff, and I'll look at the chat in a little bit. We'll operate this like a normal live show, and I just appreciate you. A Vermont man who was arrested in 2018 for flashing the middle finger and cursing to a state trooper received $175,000 this month to settle a lawsuit he had brought against the state and the arresting officer, according to court documents. The man, Gregory Bombard, 57 of St. Albans, Vermont, accused the state trooper of having violated his First Amendment rights. Dash cam footage shows Jay Riggins, the arresting officer, pulling over Mr. Bombard twice in St. Albans on February 9th, 2018, and accusing him of giving him the middle finger. We're going to watch the video that I found for dash cam's sake on this. And we're going to break this down together, take a look at it. I'll give you my opinion. And, you know, we'll have a little bit of Q&A in the classroom, if you will. And hang on a second. I got to pop up. I do have to acknowledge this is a Spreely TV production. Speak freely. For those who don't know, if you're watching on a different platform, awesome. Spreely.com is your home for free speech. It means speak freely, Spreely.com. There's a social media site on there that's akin to Facebook. You can say whatever you want with no censorship. We have other shows on there like The Rants of Izzo, which is live Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. We cover everything from porn to politics. The Shannon Joy Show, The Dumb Show, Don't Unfriend Me Show, the Burn Pit Podcast, Evening Rants, Report and Opine, and much more. That's Spreely.com. So we greatly appreciate Spreely.com and Spreely TV for sponsoring Cop Talk Live, changing cop culture here on all the social media platforms you watch. All right, let's take a look at this together, and we'll do the breakdown.
You need something? You need something? Yeah. No, it looked like you put me out and you're going by there. Looks like you went like this.
All right, now, full disclosure. If you see off the bat from the dash cam camera, I don't know if you guys can hear because it's only coming across in my left audio channel. Ghostface, find a single department that is not a corrupt cop and tell me about it. I do want to see in the chat if you guys can hear the audio. I'm backing it up to play it again.
You need something? You need something? Yeah. No, it looked like you put me out and you're going by there.
All right, so full disclosure. Have I pulled people for shouting out the window, arms signaling me? 100% I have. And it's not, if I knew they flipped me off, no, I didn't flip them. I did not pull them over because I can't. But I have stopped people and done the same damn thing. Do you need something? No, I don't. That's it. Why'd you stop me, officer? You were yelling out the window. I want to make sure you weren't screaming bloody murder that, you needed my help because the guy's got a gun to your head in the passenger side seat. That's it. You good? Good. Got to go. End of story. I've done it. I've done it twice that I can recall to. Charles Brown says you could hear perfectly. So right there, let's back this up again. I don't know if that's the probable cause for the stop. Then we have an issue, but let's keep going.
You need something? You need something? Yeah. No, it looked like you put me out and you're going by there. Looks like you went like this to me as I was driving by you. Were you looking? Did you not do that?
No, you might have thought I might have been stretching. I was doing this.
Okay, so you didn't...
No.
Couple different things. I had a discussion with Matt Spear on the from the Dumb Show, host of the Dumb Show on the Rants of Izzo Tuesday. We talked about this for a second. You ever hear the saying, just because you can doesn't mean you should? This is my view. Yes, start giving cops the middle finger, and I'm going to explain why and my logic on this. Number one, shame on this driver for not having the balls to say, 100% officer, I gave you the finger. I don't fucking like cops. Be a fucking man. If you did that, then own up to it. B, start putting cops on their back heels. If more people 100% triggered the police by giving the finger, maybe we would weed out all these shit heel cops who don't belong on the street in the first place. What do I mean by that? It means if these little sensitive pussies don't understand that people don't fucking like you because you stop them for bullshit like speeding. You stop them for shit because you have, well, we can't call them quotas, right? We call them performance evaluations. And sometimes you're a traffic car and the state, right? The state gives you a grant. So you got to come back with about 20 tickets for your shift to show the state, oh, look what I did here because the state gave you money. They don't fucking like you because you cost them money. And you know what? 90% of the people out there can 100% obey the law. They got a little heavy foot going 10 over this and that. But you know what? It's those 10% of people out there that maybe if we focused on them and you gave everybody else a break, it'd be a different story. But no, you're government paid revenue generators. That's all you are. So people don't fucking like you, period. So maybe if people started giving cops the middle finger a little bit more, cops would go, yeah, I need to learn to control my emotions. Because sadly, just because you wear that uniform does not mean you are owed an ounce of fucking respect. Not one. For every person out there who says, well, we need to respect the police. No, you don't. No, you don't. The argument of one bad apple spoils a bunch has been perverted into the orchard is fucking rotten. And until we start pruning all the branches and get rid of the dead fruit, then the cops that are coming up, they are guilty by association. The entire, remember, I'm all about negative reinforcement. It works very well for me. If you want, a nice channel that's all about fun, whatnot, go watch Mike the Cop. He's a great guy. I met him once. Super nice to me. Go watch Officer Daniels. He's a super fucking guy. Again, when I went through what I went through my department, Officer Daniels was the only social media influencer who was in law enforcement who reached out to me to see if I needed anything and if I was okay. So that guy's got my undying loyalty. Go watch these other people who are pro-police. I'm not. I'm going to be the person to be like, no, dude, you're all fucking part of the problem until you show otherwise. So as the citizens out there, start giving the middle finger more. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Sure. Yes, you should. But be a fucking man about it if you do it. Own up to it. Let's continue.
Oh, okay. You didn't intentionally do that then.
I thought I flipped you off.
Yeah, it looked like you looked right at me and looked like you stuck your middle finger up in my face.
No, I was doing this. Yeah. You must be really sensitive if the trooper is flipping you off.
Well, I don't even make it personal, you know. I mean, you looked right at me, and I don't know if you were lighting a cigarette or you had
Well, I
you're one.
I was doing this.
Already this cop, if this is the reason to stop, the cop has violated the man's civil rights. Period. Anything past this point. And if I'm a lawyer, which I'm not, and I saw this, and we are 45 seconds into this video, and let's just say the man saw a gun laying on the floor, and I don't know what the state of Vermont's issue is on handguns, and the man arrested, or the cop arrested the guy for the gun, I would be like, Your Honor, it's for fruit of the poisonous tree. Your police officer stopped him for an illegal reason, period, end of story. Well, maybe the cop has to do that to get the bad guys off the street. Standards. The standards for police needs to be higher than anything else out there. And until we wind up accepting that and acting like that, the police are just a bunch of fucking thugs who are bending the rules to get their way. Sometimes the bad guys fucking win. But the more righteously the cops do their job, when it comes down time to do the ugly things that the public doesn't understand that are still within the law, then the cops are going to be backed up 100 times. 100%. That's what we need to do out there. Do your fucking job the right way. Right now, this is an illegal stop. It's an illegal stop, and 45 seconds into it.
First of all, I'm not an overly sensitive person, and it's the first time in 12 years I've ever stopped someone who I thought put me off, so I don't like that insinuation. You know what I'm saying? In talking to you,
I flipped you off.
I want to make sure that you're all right. Yeah, it's an unusual behavior.
It's unusual behavior.
You may not.
All right, here's the deal. So your attitude and words are constitutionally protected, right? Your behavior is a different story. If this guy is actions and behavior. So if this guy puts a blindfold on and he's driving down a one-way street doing 55 miles an hour, that behavior is unusual. If the guy's driving erratically, if the guy's in his car screaming, throwing his hands about, that is unusual behavior. That is reasonable suspicion of maybe a medical emergency. There's several things in good faith. If you sit there and act in good faith, hey, listen, this is why I'm stopping you. I just want to make sure that you're okay. I saw you throwing a fit in the car. Maybe you got in a fight with your girlfriend. You're pounding these through. Are you okay? Good. Awesome. Get out of here. I hope you feel better. Have a great day. This cop is a sensitive little cunt. He is the problem in law enforcement. And what's worse, he's a sergeant. So right now, this shit trickles downhill theory. He's a state trooper. Maybe his captain, his lieutenant, whatever the ranks are in the state troopers, maybe they all came down on him. Maybe his fucking wife at home is like, don't pull that shit, sergeant, with me here. You're not in command staff when you're home. And his kids are all over him, being little bitch bastards. And he's going to take it out on who he can. A guy that gives him the middle finger. This is what police do. So right now, this cop knows exactly what he's doing is unlawful. And to be honest, he should be criminally prosecuted. And I'll get to that as we go on.
Not have been doing that, but I think you can agree that if someone was looking for the attention of a trooper, they're probably going to find it by giving them that type of negative signal. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't know, because I don't understand that.
So if somebody were to do that, can we, that may not have been you, but can we agree? If somebody did that for a trooper, they're obviously looking for their attention.
No, I wasn't looking for your attention.
I'm saying if someone did that. I'm trying to put you in my mindset from what I was thinking for a moment. Now that I'm talking to you, I realize that maybe that wasn't the case. Right? You don't strike me as someone who would do that. I don't know that until I have a conversation with you. Agree with that?
Hey, trooper, the fuck does it matter if he did? It's not illegal. It's not illegal. This is basic free speech, freedom of expression. This is 101. If you are supporting the police in any way, shape, or form over this, you're mentally retarded. You are somebody whose IQ, like I can't take you seriously in a discussion. If you support the cop being able to stop somebody for this reason and continuing to stop in 1 minute and 43 seconds at this point, you are enabling bad, cancerous, domestic terrorist police officers. Get it through your head. There's no way, shape, or form this is acceptable as this continues.
No, you want to have a
Okay,
conversation with
so
me.
I have a question. If someone flips you off,
Yeah.
what is the citation? What's the crime?
So if somebody flicks me off,
Yeah.
I don't know if they're signaling to try to get my attention because they need assistance or they need to have a conversation. Because obviously it's not normal behavior.
You're fine on those two. You need my assistance? No, I don't. Okay, you're free to go. This is taking this far past the scope of anything lawfully acceptable.
For someone to have that conversation. Right, it's not normal. I'm telling you, out of thousands of public interactions, I've never seen that. At least didn't catch my attention, but it was so obvious what she did. Take a left here, take your first left. Take a left and your first left. So I won't take up any more of your time.
The other thing, too, is with the driver, this is what happens when you don't know your constitutional rights. Officer, am I being detained? Do you have a lawful reason to stop me? Then I'm leaving. I'm leaving. This is an illegal seizure. And sadly, the problem I have is the direction of where this is going, right? I don't mean to paint a very, troubling picture, but how soon until the police are started to be physically attacked because they are illegally, criminally seizing someone. And this is the way that the courts have to start looking at this. And I got to finish. There's fucking 8 minutes left on this shit. 2 minutes and 18 seconds into this, if the driver's not educated enough to know, man, you're illegally, criminally seizing me. We don't treat it as such. We give far too much power for the police and acting in good faith like they know what they're fucking doing when you see this is clearly an abuse of authority. This is kidnapping. This is kidnapping. How is this any different than kidnapping? Somebody explain that to me. You got kidnapping guys who are state-funded, state-supported, government supported, and here's a badge and gun. Go kidnap people. It's fucking kidnapping.
Well, I'm going to file a complaint with you.
Yep.
Jay, if you're worried about me, over in the chat, if you're worried about me using the word retard, go to another fucking channel, dude. We use all the words here possible. Cunt is my favorite word. Welcome to the Officer Dominic Izzo channel. Hope you stick around. If not, hey, go fuck yourself. Go find somebody else.
You're more than welcome to. There's Trooper Reagan out of the Salvas Barracks.
But I don't understand why, you thought it was too off.
I was going by there, and your middle finger was extended while you were looking at
maybe
me.
I was doing this. I was stretching.
Well, I also see that you had a cigarette in your hand.
Yeah.
And so it's possible that you had one hand up while you're cigarette.
That would be considered freedom of expression.
So
I'm going to file a complaint against you.
So actually, you're more than welcome to. So here's the issue.
Yeah.
Is that although it may be freedom of expression, it is so unusual that it requires intervention to make sure that you don't need help at the time. Are you trying to signal my attention or something? Okay. So it may be freedom of expression, but it crosses the line, whereas it is so unusual that it requires...
This cop is doing fucking verbal twister. This is insane. He has to. And if he doesn't know, that's a real problem. He has to know, I fucked up. I have no grounds for this stop. I'm twisting it. 2018, at this point, everyone's got a camera, so he could be recorded, and he is digging that grave deeper and deeper and deeper. Fucking $175,000 for that's insane. The state, Vermont got off with a slap on the wrist for this. He's burying himself.
And I'm not going to delay you more than I need to. Listen, sir, once I realize that you weren't flicking me off, you're free to go.
Gotta go. Go, dude.
You don't.
The whole thing too is you're 3 minutes, 10 seconds into the stop. I would still sue. Yes, 100%. Now you guys know I have a love-hate relationship with the First Amendment auditors. I think some are very, very good. Some I'm not a fan of Chili DeCastro simply because he's wasting his talent and potential. Chili DeCastro could do more good. For bringing education and awareness to both the public and law enforcement if he wasn't such an instigating little fucking cunt. That's all he is. And I lost all respect for him when he cried in court because he got exactly what he wanted, right? If you want to prove that, and I've done podcasts on this, if it was an unlawful arrest, if it was a false conviction, then dude, sue. Take your shit and your knowledge and keep going to the next level. But I have no respect for what he did. There are people out there who truly do. You can. You should be throwing bait out there for police officers because they do the same thing for you. They do the exact same thing. If they get caught, that's their fault. That's their fault. So, yeah, people should know, hey, officer gave you the finger. Why you got me on a 3-minute and 10-second here stop? I'm suing. End of story.
Now you don't realize I flipped you off.
Once I realize
What if I get flipped you off?
then we have a conversation on what's not appropriate. It's about things to do than to be.
So if I get flipped you off, what would
I'm gonna.
All right, at this point, I would think I'm free to leave. Have a good day. Done. Free to leave. Now, the whole time is I was free to leave. So the stop is ended, right? So let's just say, for argument's sake, there's no probable cause, even if there was legitimate probable cause. I don't know, turn signal violation, speeding violation, lane change violation, and the cop initiated a lawful traffic stop with probable cause and just have a good day, ended it. The stop is over. Done. So that probable cause that he had 3 minutes and 31 seconds ago, done. Done. Didn't write a citation, didn't write a warning. That's it. So if this guy was doing 55 and a 20 and he gets stopped, that's it. Done. Can't be pulled over for it again. Done. So we're done, right? This guy's going to go home. Cop's going to go and move on with his day.
Over as he pulled away, he called me an asshole and said, "Fuck you," with the bird. I'm going to arrest him for disorderly conduct.
That's it. That's it. We don't need to do anything further from here. I'm going to back it up, play his own damn words.
Looks like as he pulled away, he called me an asshole.
Looks like as he pulled away, he called me an asshole. First Amendment protected.
And said, "Fuck you."
And said, "Fuck you." First Amendment protected.
With the bird.
Flip the bird. First Amendment protected.
I'm going to arrest him for disorderly conduct.
I'm going to arrest him for disorderly conduct. Now, if I am in a crowd of people and this is how disorderly conduct works, I'll explain this. In the state of Illinois, there was a big discussion when I was first a cop. Can police officers be alarmed and disturbed? Because he says this here. There were multiple people around there. So when it comes down to disorderly conduct, there's still free speech protected. But we're seeing this challenged in protests. I did not see one protester in all of 2020 through now ever get arrested for disorderly conduct, for screaming, flipping off the police, any of that stuff. If I go out in the middle of my neighborhood today, right in the cul-de-sac where I live, and I'm out there giving the bird, there's nobody outside, right? And I'm screaming, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you." And my neighbors come outside and they are within proximity to be alarmed and disturbed by my behavior. It's behavior now. It's not words, right? It's behavior. I'm alarmed and disturbed. And there's so many different ways I can go with this. They could stay in their home, whatever. But if I go and invade a public space, "Fuck you," blah, 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 and that person is willing to sign a complaint, I can be arrested for disorderly conduct because of my behavior and actions alarmed and disturbed the subject. We had always said, but this is what I learned in the academy, police officers cannot be alarmed and disturbed and utilize disorderly conduct. You have to have a complainant. I had a sergeant when I first got on that disagreed with it, said, "I'm a human being. I'm a citizen. I can be alarmed and disturbed." And he did enforce that for himself. To my knowledge, I don't believe it successfully went through. It's a catch-all. It's a fuck you charge. It's how police flex themselves for the catch-all when they want to make something up to arrest you. We know that it doesn't go anywhere based on what he said. When he pulled away, he called me an asshole. When he pulled away, he gave me the finger. I'm going to arrest him for disorderly conduct. The intent, right? Because the elements of a crime, you really look for intention when somebody winds up doing something. That's the difference between first-degree murder and second-degree murder is intention. Boom. This cop is committing a crime. This cop is committing a crime. He is committing an illegal seizure, violation of Fourth Amendment and First Amendment. Federal crime. I'm not a constitutional scholar like Chili, and I'm not a lawyer like other people. And if I'm wrong, I would love to see that. I want this interactive and educated in the comment section. But holy fucking shit, dude. And this is a sergeant. This is command staff that's doing this.
Forward strong. Send me another unit to Brainerd Street in the city. So on Brainerd and off on North Main Street. Another unit, please.
No, there's any other units.
Okay, so now you're under arrest for disorderly conduct. Get out of the car.
I'm under arrest for disorderly conduct. What did I do?
All the people there saying "fuck you" and calling me an asshole. All the people there in the public. That's a crime, sir. So get out of the car. You're under arrest.
See, he's stretching this. You got to go back and get all their fucking signatures on those citations then. And they have to come up to you and say, I was alarmed and disturbed. Officer, help me. They didn't do that. But again, this is corrupt law enforcement. Here's the thing, kids. This happens every fucking day. Every day.
How am I under arrest for disorderly conduct?
I'm not going to debate this with you. Please step out of the car. You are under arrest. Step out of the car.
How is that disorderly conduct, sir? How is that disorderly conduct?
Although the first interaction...
I just got up. I'm having a coffee.
Listen to me. Ask me a question. Although the first interaction may have been an error, the second one certainly was not. And while your window was down, with your middle finger extended, you said, quote, asshole, yelled it, and then said, fuck you, as you drove away. And all that public there heard it and saw it. So that is disorderly conduct 101. Step out of the car. Step out of the car.
I'm having problems. I have a lot of...
Step out of the car. Step out of the car, you're going to be ejected from the car.
How am I going to...
Step out of the car.
Can I meet you at the barracks?
No, you cannot. Step out of the car, you're under arrest.
Can I call your supervisor?
Do not. He'll be at the barracks when we get there. Step out of the car, you're under arrest.
How am I under arrest?
Step out of the car, I'm going to make you.
This is domestic terrorism. And and remember, I'm all about negative reinforcement. You have to look at it this way. If motherfucker, this is insane. This is insane. Citizens have no right to protect themselves. This is one guy you rarely ever hear about any civil rights lawyers taking case that'll do something like this. He took it all the way to getting $175,000 award, if you will. And you know that covered 90% of his fucking lawyer fees. And the cop was allowed to retire. Until cops, and I don't know, I do not know what's the greater recourse without being sensationalized and without being too fucking just anti-police right now. But you've only got one of two options. Either citizens have the absolute right to defend themselves back from being fucking kidnapped. This man is about to be kidnapped for his God-given right to free fucking speech. So why do they not? Why do these citizens not have the right to defend themselves against domestic terrorists? Second Amendment. Maybe cops need to be a little bit more terrified of, oh shit, if I do the wrong fucking thing on the street, that it could mean that somebody has the right to defend themselves. Or you start this. The only other way this ever changes is by charging cops criminally. That's it. No more allowing them to retire. No more allowing them to sit there. Here's your pension. Because you know this guy's young. He's got to be in his 50s. He can go to another department. Go to another department with all his experience. Get hired somewhere fucking else. Boom. End of story. Until we start holding police, the highest level of standards accountable, nothing's going to fucking change. This happens every single day.
But, sir, can you explain to me how that is?
It's disorderly conduct. It is tumultuous behavior of all the motor vehicle traffic there. That's tumultuous. You cannot do that. It's tumultuous. It's profane behavior in public.
I don't understand that.
Step out of the car. I'm off the door. Step out of the car.
God, I can't believe this.
Step out of the car.
You're serious, sir.
Walk back here.
Oh, my God.
It wasn't a problem until it became a problem. You understand now?
Are you kidding?
It wasn't what did you just say?
Step out of the car.
You're serious, sir.
Walk back here.
Oh, my God.
It wasn't a problem until it became a problem. You understand?
It wasn't a problem until it became a problem.
Are you kidding?
Put the hood on my hands on the hood.
Oh, my God.
Hands on the hood.
Come on.
And put your hand behind your back.
Oh, my God, sir. You're kidding.
Other
My
hand.
car's
Other
running,
hand. Other
sir.
hand. I'll take care of it. Okay.
You know, believe this, sir. I could not believe this.
The first one may have been there, and the second one certainly was
How
not.
is it disorderly conduct? I'm not being disorderly. How is it causing disorderly?
This is kidnapping. This is domestic terrorism. Again, I know so many people want to arbitrarily support the police and they're owed respect. Those are some fucktard people out there who don't know cops work for you. They work for you. It's the end of the story. And you should have these people, these men and women who get involved in this job, having the highest standards possible by saying, man, I need to know the law. I need to exercise patience. I need to have a clear head. I need to not take things fucking personally, because most of the citizens out there are fucking scumbags that I deal with. They need to have a thicker skin, a level head, higher standards, and self-control of their emotions.
Now, we can maybe agree to disagree, but yelling asshole and saying fuck you with your hand out of the window in front of what probably were dozens of people, if not over 100 people, in very busy Main Street traffic. Now, that's disorderly conduct 101. That first thing may have been an error.
No, it's not, Sarge. No, it's not, Sarge, unless you have a fucking complainant. It really isn't. And these are your brain-dead fucking morons on the street who patrol, who stretch the fucking law to make it fit their narrative. I told you, law enforcement is all about creative writing. You take the evidence, you make them facts, and you fit them in the narrative of how you need it. That's what you do. And that becomes the report that you send to the state or district attorney who criminally prosecutes when they get to court.
But after that, it certainly wasn't. But now I'm wondering if maybe you actually did do that as I thought you originally did. Because only somebody who then would have the audacity.
I was smoking a cigarette and I was
you may let me speak now. Someone who has the audacity.
This fucking cop needs to be in jail. There needs to be examples. There needs to be examples. And you citizens don't know the fucking what the law is yourselves. You have no idea what you're lawfully allowed to do as well, too. There needs to be a campaign. Give cops the middle finger. Give them. If this is how they're going to act, where they pontificate over shit because their little fragile ego is bruised, give them all the middle finger. Fuck them. And son of a bitch, we do not have any state or district attorneys who will prosecute crimes, right? Qualified immunity. Qualified immunity. We need to get rid of qualified immunity. We need to get rid of certifications and go to licensing, right? Certification is good for life. Licensing? Well, certification's expired, right? So I've been out of law enforcement for 5 years, so my certification's done. It's expired. It's done. Licensing as a biannual or annual renewal, right? So if you cut hair or if you're a realtor, you need to renew your license every 2 years or something. If you're a cop, your certification, it's as good as long as you're employed. Get rid of that. That's got to go. Every 2 years, you need to be able to sit there, redo the fitness standard test, and you need the law test. You have to go over the Fourth Amendment, state law, local ordinances, take the class all over again. 40-hour class. Make it that way. And then carry your own insurance. Carry your own insurance, right? And just like licensing, right? Your license, so I don't know what it is in points in some states, but if you have 3 convictions on your license for moving violations out here in Illinois, I believe you get a suspended driver's license. So can you imagine? But you go through the process. So you go through the due process. I get pulled over for speeding. I have to go to court. If I contest it, there's going to be a mini little bench trial. And if the officer or the body camera footage proves I did it, great, I'm going to be convicted. If that happens 3 times through the due process, then I get suspended. Well, let's do the same fucking thing to you guys out there, right? Get your own insurance. And you're going to get complaints left and right. And they're going to need to be investigated. And if through due process, you are proven to have criminally violated your fucking or somebody's civil rights or broken your oath or broken the law 3 times, you drop from your insurance. You can no longer be a police officer. And then you have to raise the age to 30. No more 21-year-olds as cops. We have a very easy solution to this problem.
Audacity to do that. Someone has the audacity. I've made thousands and thousands of phone calls, and I don't remember any time I've ever seen someone consciously clicking the bird. So now I'm convinced that you did. Especially that behavior to actually get the end of the stop. Okay, so you are under arrest, and that's the end of the story.
Whatever. I don't know what to do here, so I'm going to.
What we're going to do is just be compliant.
Well, I am, but I'm not going to answer my questions, I guess.
I'm
worried about my car.
I'm not intending you to. I'm not intending to ask you the questions.
I'm worried about my car, sir.
Jeff, get to stay in there.
You're kidding. I cannot believe this.
247, 21, other use of 23.
Oh my.
Everything in here is going to poke me. Anything I don't have any gloves on.
No.
This is fucking ridiculous.
No. Sir, can you please? Can I please go?
No. Nope.
That ship
That
is
ship
sailed, he
sailed.
says.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. Oh my God.
I'm all set now.
So what happens to my car?
Well,
Man.
They're going to tow the
there's
car.
no parking on the side of the street, so it's going to get towed.
So I again, too, now, I don't remember if this is 8th or 14th Amendment. I'm not very well schooled in those, and that's the excessive fines. So now all of a sudden his car is going to get towed, and he's got to pay that, right? So tow fee, storage fee. Usually what happens is the village or the city or the state has a fee you have to pay before you go pay the tow impound your car, the fee to get your car out. So this guy could be dropping $1,500 before he gets his car out of the lot. So isn't that excessive fines by definition?
Where? Where does it get towed?
I'll give you a record of your preference. Come back over here.
Can I get my personal bag?
I can grab it for you, but you can't grab it. You understand you've been arrested, right? So you don't just get you don't just get to drag around your car now, right? I mean, you can't take around now. You've been arrested, so you're in custody. So
All right, whatever. Oh my Lord, this is ridiculous.
I think we can agree your behavior is ridiculous.
Doesn't make a fucking difference. It's free speech. Now, I said attitude and verbiage are free speech protected behavior. This is where that gray area of behavior goes into being constitutionally protected because the cop's opinion, your behavior is being ridiculous. Is it against the law? No, it's not. This cop needs to be criminally prosecuted. Needs to be criminally prosecuted.
99 out of 100 people who I thought that did that, they're going to stop.
Shit.
If there's an honest mistake, they'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I apologize for any error, and they would drive on.
Fuck you. You don't deserve an ounce of apology or respect. None of you do. Not a single one of you on the fucking street deserves any respect because you let your profession go to shit. And that's the remember, this channel doesn't do the whole humanizing the badge, fluffing shit. And the majority of cops out there now have turned into social media influencers who have to show off their bikini bods and then their day at the range. And look, I got my war bag next to me that has my protein bar in it next to it. And I'm living life with Blue Lives Matter and shit. And you forgot what the fucking job is all about. It's become that whole line from The Departed. Do you want to be a cop or do you want to appear to be a cop? Most of you out there want to appear to become a cop because it's a status symbol for you. It's a fucking restaurant job. It's service. It's a fucking car detailing job. It's a retail job. Your job is public service to the highest degree. But you clowns don't think of it that way. You want to humanizing the bad shit? Tons of others out there of influencers that are going to all fluff you up. Oh, he had a bad day. And, you know, it's okay to want to bounce somebody's head off the pavement when you're a cop. No, it's not. No, it's not. If you can't control your emotions, fucking get out of the job, man. And yes, I did have the discussion with Matt today. He's like, well, if you had one of your officers shot in the scene and you arrested somebody, you wouldn't rough them up. No, I wouldn't. I had self-control. And it was tough to do. Tough to fucking do, but I had it. I think the worst I ever did was crank somebody's handcuffs up a little bit after they led me on a pursuit for a little bit. And I immediately went, shit, I'm not about to have this guy's circulation cut off in his hands and then lose a hand, then I'm going to fucking go to jail for this shit. So loosened him right up, right? Point being is, if you can't control your fucking emotions, get out of the job. Standards need to be raised.
They wouldn't do what you did, which makes me think that you did do it now.
I'm not going to answer any more questions, sir. Can you please
Which one is tight?
I don't, whatever. Just, can you loosen it a little? Do you have some compassion?
So I have, absolutely. So I can put my thumb in there. And so the issue is if I loosen it too much, it's going to ride up against your wrist bone, so I'll loosen it a little bit, but if it gets too loose, it's going to start grinding out.
All right, just bring me wherever you got to bring me. The beer.
You've got capillary refill on both hands.
This is ridiculous.
I'm going to loosen these up. They're going to be uncomfortable. I don't want them to be painful, so I'm going to loosen them a little bit.
Fuck this cop. Fuck this cop. And here's the deal, because I had to look this up. In the end of this, with this Vermont trooper. Where is it? According to the settlement, Mr. Bombard received $100,000 and $75,000 been paid to his lawyer. Guy has a fucking $100,000. I'm not about the paydays for shit, but it is what it is. I believe that the police officer, Jay Riggin, the arresting officer, and the state did not concede to any wrongdoing in the settlement. Who cares? How many people, when they're arrested, are prosecuted and convicted, and they don't give a verbal or written statement? Mr. Riggin retired from the Vermont Police Department effective May 31st, and the police declined further. So number one, he gets off scot-free. It is acceptable. This is things to consider. It's acceptable when it comes down to police officers and qualified immunity that cops can do whatever the fuck they want criminally and nothing will ever happen to them because they're protected and they're acting in good faith. Police are not afraid of the citizens, and they need to be. They need to be. The more God-fearing, lawful-fearing you have in the people that you serve, the more you're going to do your job the right fucking way because you're going to respect it. The problem I have is I started looking. This stop was done in Franklin County, Vermont, and I wanted to look at who was the county DA, district attorney, Bram Cranchfield, an ordained Episcopal priest who previously worked for years as a prosecutor in Vermont, will serve as interim Franklin County State's Attorney now that John Lavoie has resigned from office. Governor Phil Scott announced this on Monday. This was September 4th of last year. He was put in office. So we have a priest. You have a priest. Where's he at? Here's his parish. Welcome to our parish. Priest in charge. The Reverend Bram Cranchfield apparently does not believe in the Constitution, and I didn't call his office, didn't ask for comment. I'm just showing the asinine shit of this. The stop was done in Franklin County. The district attorney has the power and the authority to issue warrants and say, no, we're going to criminally prosecute this. So far, nothing's been done. But let's look at the sheriff, because I was curious about that. Let's look at the sheriff of Franklin County. And let's hear, is there something going on? This was a news report from December 7th of last year in Franklin County. Let's take a look at here with this. This is the sheriff, right? The sheriff could make an arrest. Well, can he? I don't know.
Franklin County, Vermont Sheriff John Grismore has been permanently revoked from law enforcement capabilities. The Vermont Justice Council making that decision this afternoon.
This all stems from an incident in August 2022 where a video shows Grismore kicking a restrained man in custody.
NBC5's Stephen Biddix joins us now live from Pittsford with the new details we're learning tonight. Stephen.
Yes, Brian and Alice, Franklin County Sheriff John Grismore's Level 2 certification will be permanently revoked after a 15-1 vote taking place just about an hour ago. That means going forward, the sheriff will not be able to do anything in regards to enforcing the law, whether that's giving tickets, arresting people, or participating in investigations. He is still the sheriff of Franklin County, but his day-to-day will now only consist of administrative work. The Vermont Justice Council chair says he thinks this shows how strongly the council feels about how law enforcement should work in Vermont, considering multiple that voted yes are current or former law enforcement officers.
Demonstrating to law enforcement officers that they will lose their career by going out of their way to try to assist and intervene with unruly, dangerous individuals is going to have an extreme chilling effect.
Yeah, as it should. As it should. Let's take a look at this again. Let's look at what the sheriff did. Sheriff is clearly off duty in this, and he was called in his shorts, and he's all tatted up, and this guy had to be drunk. Probably it's the fucking local hillbilly all drunk off his ass, so they brought him down, and the sheriff just is tired of his bullshit. And what does the sheriff do?
Considering multiple that voted yes are current.
A right old kick in the groin. The sheriff is not in fucking danger. If this guy showed, he could have spit on him. He could have spit on him. Okay, sheriff did the whole, or tried to do the whole 300, kick him down the well. Kick the emissary, the king's emissary, right down the fucking well. This is Sparta! That's what he was going to do, right? This is where we're at. Kids, this shit happens every fucking day. See, the problem is, goes back to the whole concept of just because you can doesn't mean you should. Well, you can give a cop the middle finger. Doesn't mean you should. See, your dumbass public servants out there on the street who swore the oath They have the same thing. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. But these motherfuckers do it anyways. They do it anyways. So why aren't you doing it anyways? These are just questions I'm proposing.
Current or former law enforcement.
That they will lose their career by going out of their way to try to assist and intervene with unruly, dangerous individuals is going to have an extreme chilling effect.
No remorse on the part of the sheriff being a supervisor, and the council wanted to make a statement about the standards that it expects of law enforcement.
The standards. This is it. I don't know why that is such a hard thing. Well, we need to humanize the badge. The humanizing the badge movement was the worst thing for law enforcement in the last 5-6 years, because you're giving an excuse for these men and women who should have the highest fucking standards possible. And I'm biased. I tell a story all the time. I took a Fourth Amendment search and seizure class in 2014, and it was 30 of us in a class, sergeants, lieutenants. I was a patrol officer. And at the end of it, I get a message, an email from the ball buster, who was the guy who taught the class. And he said, congratulations, you were the only officer in the class to score perfect, 100%. And I posted it up online bragging. And my buddy, who was at the time was a cop, said, I'm not impressed. Every single cop should have gotten 100% on that. And I started to think, damn, I really wasn't the best with firearms training back then, right? That wasn't my thing. Hands-on was. And I'm like, shit. Maybe, just maybe, that I should take firearms more seriously. Fitness, I need to be more fit because I'm gaining a little bit of weight. I need to know the law better. I need to study more. Why is it you have doctors and lawyers who are constantly studying? They're constantly learning the shit. But cops don't fucking, their standards are so shitty. It's almost as if they're fucking janitors and they don't give a shit because the standard for hiring is so low. And then people blame it on, well, the pay's not that great. You kidding me? You kidding me? You get a badge. You get a gun. You get the speed, whatever you want. Police, don't kid yourself. Cops are the #1 abusers of DUIs out there. They're the worst drunk drivers on the planet. You get in domestic with your wife or girlfriend, you know the cop's going to show up and is going to get that professional courtesy and nothing's going to happen. So those perks 100% outweigh the pay that you claim you aren't getting for your fucking standards. I'll finish this up.
In the state. And the beauty of it is that law enforcement voted yes.
The next steps are the council must write a written order of the revocation, which gives Grismore 2 weeks to the day before he has to either turn in his certifications or they will be confiscated. The reason Grismore is able to remain sheriff is because only the Vermont legislature has the power to impeach, and that impeachment committee is...
And I believe he's still sheriff to this day. So you got all that crap when it comes down to the utter just botched abortion of law enforcement that is over in Vermont, and all because free speech. I want to play this one. This is a good old classic. Connecticut State Trooper goes crazy. I think this is another free speech issue over the middle finger. For those who don't remember this one, I've never seen it before. Let's enjoy this one together. Traffic stop coming up. There looks like on the tollway. No idea where this is. Let's jump ahead of this stop here. Oh, that's a different car. This was a different car up here. He was behind a silver Ford, moves out of the way. I don't know where this cop is going. Wait, I'm going to look at this for a second. Hey, I didn't see this. Oh, so now he switches all over the lanes over here for, what is that, a Toyota Scion? It looks like. All right. And pulls him over on the right shoulder. And let's check this out. For those who've never seen this before, well, enjoy.
Hey, can I just ask you why you're riding their butt like that and speeding, man?
I'm running his license plate because everybody else is speeding. Why are you speeding?
I was only going 60.
Speed limit's 40. Look at the signs.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Do
All
yourself
right.
a favor. Oh, give me the weed, too.
No, I have a.
Yeah.
I have a medical marijuana card.
Step out.
I have a card.
Step out.
All right. Stop, man.
You want to fucking run your mouth? No problem. You came to the right guy. Step out.
All right.
There you go, right there. Done. You want to run your mouth? You came to the right guy. Step out. I don't understand. I don't understand how fucking stupid some of you are. And I know that it feels good. I know that it feels good to talk to people like they're pieces of shit. And I've talked about this before. I don't agree with them. Frank Sloop, Fridays with Frank, you guys see him on YouTube, was a Pinellas County Sheriff. He speaks to people like they're pieces of shit. And because he can get away with it. And I don't know if Frank could never speak to me that way. I'd be like, hey, officer, watch your fucking tone. Either write the ticket or not. And if Frank wanted to take it a different escalation way, then we have a serious problem because I still have free speech. But you have a lot of cops who are fucking bullies. Now, I've told Frank to his face on podcasts we did together that the issue I have is just because he could do it, I think that it pollutes law enforcement to thinking that other guys coming on can do the same damn thing he can. He has finesse about the way that he gets away with it. I don't care for it. There's ways to use your silver tongue, and there's ways to be a fucking bully like this. And this is the intimidation that cops do not need to use when it comes out of their tactics. You intimidate them when they're criminally. When they're criminals. This is not the case. When the pieces of shit out there deserve it, that's to put you in a tactical position for an advantage to get them off their back of their heels so you don't have to use force. This is nothing more than a cop whose probably wife fucking hates him. He hasn't gotten laid in 3 months, or maybe she's cheating on him, trying to divorce him, and he's taking on who he can.
All right, stop.
Hands footage. Unfact. Anything sharp?
No, sir.
Where's the marijuana?
I have it in my car, but I have
Where's
a
the
weed
card?
card. I have a weed card.
6 feet apart. Right now you're just being detained. You're not under arrest.
All right.
Seems to have a very hostile attitude.
No, I really don't.
See, the blue car.
Yeah, which one?
Does he have a lawful right to detain him? I'm going to say no, and here's why. I don't know what year this was or the state of marijuana it was. If somebody has a medical marijuana card in Illinois when that got enacted, they could have weed in there. That's how that went. But he stated, you want to run your mouth, you found the right guy, step out of the car. That's the intent. If you're not a stupid police officer and you actually know how to do the job, don't say a fucking word. Don't say a word. Number one, I don't think he identified what he pulled him over for. 60 and a 50. Well, that's 10 over. You could pull him over for fucking 55 over, 55 miles an hour over. So you got that, but then you fuck it up because you said he did let him go at that point because have a good day. Well, then the stop is done. But then you went back. Oh, and give me the weed. That can be argued. No, you released me from the stop, but now you want the weed. So I'm going to say, based on the totality of all this, I don't think he has the lawful right to have a seizure. I don't think he has a lawful right to keep him seized. And this cop right now, again, I don't know what happened to him, but if he was allowed to retire, then again, why are we not criminally prosecuting these cops for having impulsive decisions made based out of fucking ego?
Tailing me.
Yeah.
While I was pacing a tractor trailer looking for a motor vehicle violation because the governor's office has gotten multiple complaints on traffic stops.
See, when you start to backtrack like this too, the cop knows he's in the wrong. The cop knows he's fucked up right now. When you start to justify it, what you're doing is he's verbally vomiting to get it on his body camera footage and dash cam footage so that he's not fucking strung up later. That's all he's doing. This is covering your ass.
No.
Okay?
I know that.
So we're out doing our thing.
Okay.
He decides to pass me and flip me off.
All right, Spino, I'm sorry. Dude.
All right?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So who the fuck do you think you are worried about what I'm doing?
Okay. You're right.
I know I'm right, goddammit! Get the fuck down! Everyone's got something to fucking say! Mind your own goddamn business!
The guy's got to go. Guy's got to go. I don't. What's the problem here? But the problem is in the comments section, you still have people who lick those fucking boots. And they're like, good, the kid needs to learn some respect. No, they don't, man. Cop needs to learn restraint. If this piece of shit is like this on calls that we see, what is he like when the camera's not rolling? Guarantee you he's the fucking same.
You're fucking speeding! How would I start with that?
Listen, I'm sorry.
No shit! I was following that kid for a reason. And if you hadn't done that fucking stupid stunt, I'd be with him right now. But no! You just couldn't leave it alone, could you? You had to be a fucking American. God help you if there's anything illegal in this car. Is it in the original dispensary?
Doesn't make a difference. It would be fruit of the poisonous tree. I hope you find something illegal. And then all of a sudden, fucking, you know, it's just all thrown out.
Container. What? It's roach. Is it in the original dispensary container? No. Then
you need to learn to shut the fuck up when it comes down to talking to police. Do not talk to the police. Don't give them any evidence whatsoever to charge you on shit. Listen to what he says.
It's roach. Is it in the original dispensary container? No. Then you're fucked. How's that sound? No shit. Mind your own fucking business next time. Yeah, it's called shut the fuck up. I was driving along, I was gonna head to a simple citation that I give, but no. You gotta be, just couldn't fucking shut your mouth. Where you going anyway? Where do you work? Where?
Shut the fuck up, kid. Ladies and gentlemen, shut the fuck up. Look at the police officer and say, I'm not answering your questions. You got a lawyer? Lawyer. Look, pull the Ben Affleck from Good Will Hunting. Retainer. Lawyer. Fucking lawyers, all you need to say.
It's called American Pulp.
What's that?
It's
paper?
Yeah, you know, like the liquor bottles and stuff that the shit comes in, like the trays. I promise you, I only have weed in the car. Honest to goodness. And it's all right here in my glove box right here.
You ever heard of what a heat seeker is?
No.
A heat seeker is something that draws attention to itself. Heat-seeking missiles, they go for the heat. Sit the fuck down. Did I tell you to move?
This cop is a fucking pussy. This cop is a fucking pussy. I hope you died of a heart attack. I really do. I have no use of human beings like this on the fucking planet who bully human beings. You got the greatest job in the world. I can't tell you the amount of pride and perks that you have of being a public servant. And yes, people are, you're going to run into fucking scumbags and liars and morons, but you chose this profession. You don't like it, get the fuck out. But to do this, dude, I hope you popped a blood vessel, had an aneurysm while you were fucking thinking about your wife jocking somebody else and you fucking had a heart attack. I hate human beings like this. That can intimidate lesser, weaker human beings just because they fucking can. I have utter, seething, massive, non-Christian fucking love, hatred for these fucking people.
Why am I speeding? I'm doing my fucking job. Connecticut General Statute 14-298 allows law enforcement officers to disregard the traffic laws in the performance of their duties. How the fuck am I going to catch a speeder if I'm not speeding? You late for your job at NASA with physics?
You're right, man.
Where do you want this? Doesn't get trashed.
That's my advice.
I can tell. I don't want to get ruined. Unfucking believable. It just never fucking ends in this fucking job. I got 14 months. I can't fucking wait to be done. This ought to tell you why our department, instead of having 1,300, has 850 right now. There's a fucking clue to the public. What a bunch of assholes you are.
Yeah. That's, 14 months left on the job. And that's what you have there. You have a bunch of, there needs to be change in law enforcement. And I do. I have an unbelievable hatred for the abuse of power on the smallest level, because most cops out there, they're never going to have like the West Hollywood bank robbery that Heat was based off of, right? No, most cops are never going to have a situation where they're being in a gunfight and all of a sudden, you know, oh my God, this is what I had today. Most cops are not going to have pursuit chases. Most cops are going to have barking dog calls, neighborhood complaints where the neighbor's barbecue smoke is blowing into your yard and you hate them. Most cops are going to have civil issues that they got to try and work through, and they're pent up shit because their family life and the command staff sandwiches them into a stress fucking Oreo. It's like they don't know how to handle themselves, and they take it out on the citizens, and the citizen has zero fucking repercussion I talked about this many times. There was an Illinois cop who was fired and criminally charged because he threw hands with like an 18-year-old male who was mouthing off to him. And I said, and so many people praised him, like, yeah, that's how cops should be dealing with it. And I said, you don't get it. Problem is, the people already know they're going to lose. If you beat the shit out of a cop, 5 of his coworkers are going to pile on you. So it's never going to be a fair fight. Anytime you tell somebody, take that badge off. Yeah, let's see how tough you are. They're right. They're right. Because without the fucking badge, these cops are nothing. They're nothing. What do they have? There needs to be the highest standards out there. There needs to be a massive overhaul. You need to raise the minimum age. You need to get rid of college because you have brain dead fucking pre-programmed college kids who have no life experience. You need to hire more car salesmen, more bartenders, more retail clerks, people with experience and patience dealing with the public. The minimum age needs to be 30. You need to get rid of qualified immunity. You need to go to licensing over certifications, and you need to go to personal insurance policies carried. And then you need to 100% either make a decision. What are we as a society going to do? Are we going to allow citizens to protect themselves afford them? Are we going to afford them the exact same leeway that we afford cops and say, hey, innocent until proven guilty. If the citizen thought that they were being illegally seized, we need to take this investigation all the way to the fullest, highest level of the court. And if this citizen use their Second Amendment to prevent themselves from being kidnapped by a tyrannical cop who is abusing their authority, so be it. And how you avoid all that happening is you county sheriffs and you county prosecutors start stepping up to the plate, and you arrest these cops on First Amendment and Fourth Amendment violations. That's a federal charge, so I don't know if a county sheriff, well, I would assume a county sheriff because they uphold the Constitution. I don't know if a county prosecutor can do that, but we need to have federal criminal prosecution for these police officers. Cops need to be terrified of losing their jobs and being criminally sent to jail if they don't do their jobs the right way. Guys, that's it. Big old thank you to Spreely TV for hosting Cop Talk Live, Changing Cop Culture tonight. We are live every Thursday at 9 p.m. Central, 10 Eastern. Voluntary Planet, good to see you. If the market for Protect and let me read some of your comments before I go here. I'm sorry. Where am I at? I can't even see myself here. John Cox said the people that are being employed are no better than the schoolroom bullies. Now, if these police never had a gun on their belt, then you would get more out of the right sort of people in law enforcement, 100%. Bev says, I have Toronto Police Academy around the corner, and they're all babies. Oh, it's ridiculous. Voluntary Planet, if the market for protection and service was decentralized and freed, you would no longer have an issue of government and law enforcement that are so common now. Shy I am Frederick. What a sick cop. Yeah, the guy who's losing it. Richard G is laughing at that. WCF Invader. Good day. Late to the party. I'll have to catch you what I missed with the replay gang. Love the content. Thank you. Appreciate that. And it's good to see you guys over Elton Price. Sorry, I don't agree with it, but this cop is funny. Typical New Jersey. Yeah, guys. I appreciate you guys in the comment section and chiming in as well, too. This is another episode of Cop Talk Live. You know what? I think you need to learn what the law is for yourself, exercise your civil rights, obey the laws, function properly in a society, but it's time to hold our police a lot more accountable with some very, very, very high standards. All right, be safe out there if you're a cop. Remember, I'm not anti-police. I'm pro-fucking police, but at the highest standards possible and bringing back integrity to this incredible profession. And if you don't like negative reinforcement, go fucking somewhere else where somebody's going to pat you on the back for having a bad fucking day and being a bad big baby. That's it, guys. Have a great fucking day. See you on the next video.